Hello and welcome back to another episode of You Want to Do What. Today I've got Paul Minns on, and he's a recruiter within the world of technology. Hi, Paul.
Hi there, Daniel.
How are we?
Yeah, very well, thank you for a Monday.
Yes, same. It's a nice quick start to the week, but let's jump straight in, Paul. Do you want to tell everyone a bit about what you do?
Yes, no problem at all. So I'm a technology recruitment professional. I head up a technology-focused recruitment brand called Lucid Connect at this time in my career, where I've been for the last 3 years. I'm coming up 23 years in recruitment, man and boy. So I've been through a couple of recessions and quite a few changes over that period of time.
So let's talk firstly about why recruitment. Why did you get into it?
I've got to be honest, Daniel. Initially, I was out of university for about a year or so, working in telesales and various jobs to try and start paying off my student debt. And I saw sales as a route to generate some early income to contribute to the dent in my debt, and stumbled across an opportunity with a IT contract focused agency. I had an interest in technology, and I saw sales as a direction I could take myself as a career. But I've got to be honest, as I say, initially it was really just to see some immediate returns on a commission-based type sales role. So I stumbled across it, and then I learned to love it.
It's interesting to get your point of view actually on this, and we'll talk a bit about this specifically for what you recruit for, but I'm interested to know personally first, do you value your university degree?
I absolutely do, because at the time in my life, I think I needed that to help me mature and take some time to decide what I wanted to do with myself. I relocated as a result of being in university in Bedford. I was originally on the south coast, and I needed to make a clean break and start a new life. So that allowed me to do that, and gave me that corny saying of life skills. So I absolutely would thank my time in university for giving me that opportunity to take stock of my life and then make a career move at the right time.
Interesting. And what is an average day like for somebody working in your space?
Pretty busy. We're technology focused, as I said, so there's a lot going on. The market is pretty crazy at the moment. It's very challenging. It's very buoyant. There's lots going on. There's lots of digital transformation, lots of investment in new technology around software automation and robotics and cloud and cybersecurity. So it's a very busy time. We're recruiting into our team at the moment because of the sheer volume of work. So lots of opportunities going on with various different clients that we work with.
So what are some of the tasks you're doing on a day-to-day basis? Obviously, it's a people-based business, isn't it? But what are some of the actual tasks that you have to do?
Indeed. So I head up a business that focuses on permanent and executive search. So it's very candidate-driven, very relationship-based. So it's building relationships all the time. It's identifying individuals that aren't necessarily looking for a new role. Whereas our contract business might be looking for immediately available contractors to support our clients with short-term technology migrations and so on. We're looking for passive candidates that aren't necessarily seeking a new role, but might have their head turned by an opportunity that actually could offer them career progression, or doing something different, or doing something they've always wanted to do. So we're constantly talking to people, understanding motivations and goals and ambitions, and trying to match individuals to the various different clients that we're supporting from a strategic point of view in terms of their hiring plans.
So how has searching changed from when you started to now? Because obviously now you have tools like LinkedIn and the internet has opened this whole new world of networking. I'm interested to understand how that changed for you over your career.
Indeed, yes, lot more automation, a lot more ability to engage with people through different forms of communication. Of course, back in the earlier days in my career, I was faxing CVs to clients, would you believe? So that's how far we're going back in terms of how much of a recruitment dinosaur I am. So a lot of change over a period of time in terms of engaging with professional networking, and attending more events, whether it's virtually or face-to-face, engaging with people through different means of communication, engaging with people differently in terms of how to communicate with people as well, of course. So lots of changes over a period of time, from trusting your own database to advertising via various different job boards, which is still something that goes on today, of course. But we get less joy from advertising, we get more joy from relationship building. That obviously takes time. So we get quite a lot of referrals through our network, and quite a lot of joy from people that we've engaged with over a long period of time. So I guess that's how things have changed from the earlier days, for where we had less ability to capture a wider audience and build talent pools like we can do now.
Would you say that's had both its positive and negative effects? So I think everybody that's been on LinkedIn, you do get quite a few messages from recruiters. And I think some people often go, oh, not another message from a recruiter. So do you think it's had its positives and negatives on the industry?
No, you're absolutely right there. I understand the frustration that people can have. It's very saturated from a recruitment point of view. At the end of the day, these sort of business networking tools should be there for collaboration and sharing ideas and understanding and learning and things like that. But obviously, recruitment, it can be quite crude sometimes, and people can use it as a means to an end. I prefer to use it to build relationships and increase our awareness, increase our brand identity. But at the end of the day, it's a method of recruitment for us. It's a way of headhunting people. So yes, it can have a negative effect in terms of perhaps the sheer volume of contact individuals might get from recruiters. I would just hope that if recruiters can send measured, targeted, thoughtful messages to people, then that will improve the experience the individuals will have. But it certainly can be negative if recruiters embark on mass messaging, which is certainly something that I wouldn't recommend.
And what would you say are 3 key personality traits that you see in yourself and maybe others around you that have helped you succeed in this industry?
A thick skin is very important in this industry. You've got to dust yourself down, and you've got to get on with it and get past lots of barriers. Integrity is a big thing for me, and that's been very important with the businesses I've worked with, the people that I've hired, and the way that I can conduct my business. And professionalism, getting the job done and getting the job done very well is something I'm very passionate about. Recruitment as a service is a professional services solution that we can offer to our customers, and it's very important from my point of view that we conduct ourselves in the best way possible. We embrace best practice, and we aim to deliver the best service at all times.
And for you, what have been the 2 biggest positives that you've personally taken out of working in this industry?
A lot of the people I've met have become very good friends and very good acquaintances and very good people within my network that have led to introductions and friendships and business opportunities. So that's been a big takeaway. I guess in addition to that, what I've learned from people over the years.
Okay. And then on the flip side of that, maybe something less favorable about the industry.
The reputation. I can't get away from the fact that we can only operate in the way that we do to the best of our abilities. What we can't control is how recruitment can be perceived due to negative experiences that individuals and companies can encounter. So that's unfortunate. We just need to rely on the people that are doing things the right way and making sure that we hold ourselves to account in terms of the way that we conduct ourselves.
So anybody listening to this and thinking, do you know, I'd like to give recruitment a go, have you got any advice for them, whether it be something they can put on their CV or maybe some experience they could get?
I'd certainly recommend it if somebody is looking for an opportunity to forge a career in a professional services environment where there's uncapped earning potential for high achievers. I would suggest it's not for everybody, but it's worth a try. No one grows up dreaming of being a recruiter. Let's be honest. It's no one's dream. Most of us stumble across it. Most of us try it and see how we get on with it. And those that succeed are those that enjoy working in a people-based environment, enjoy working with teams, enjoy learning and helping others, and enjoy delivering a service.
Mm. And then what's something that's probably not in your job description, but you still have to deal with?
Well, I guess there's probably a lot of things in my job description, to be fair, but there's a lot of change of dynamics within society these days, which is very challenging. We're dealing with quite unique times with 4 or 5 generations in the workplace at the same time. There's a big shift around how businesses are looking to hire and develop talent. There's more of a move to sort of mindset over skill set and developing individuals and what a person's capability is. So I think a lot of what comes with management is understanding individuals that work in my business, that everyone is unique and everyone needs to be managed a certain way. And there's a lot of mental health and well-being issues to be concerned with now than ever before. It's now okay not to be okay, and it's very important as an employer for us to understand how best to offer an environment that works for everybody.
No, great points. And then for people looking to get into the industries that you're recruiting for, obviously you recruit for technology roles, which is just absolutely mad at the moment, as you've said.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a few people, few recruiters from the industry on, and they've said they've never seen it like it is. It is just absolutely bananas. But for anybody wanting to get into the technology space, what kind of things are you being asked to look for, skill set wise, or things on the CV that people can start to think about actually getting on there so they can get these jobs?
Well, okay, so depending on which direction someone wants to take, there's bundles of certifications out there, of course. Some of it will require quite a lot of self-investment in terms of cost and time. So that could be quite difficult for somebody starting out. I think what I would recommend to somebody looking to get a career in technology is to work on what areas that would most interest them, and devote some time to focusing on that. If it's around cybersecurity, if it's around web design and software, what direction would they see themselves taking, and invest some time looking into that. As I said earlier, in terms of how companies look to recruit at the moment, a lot of it is down to how an individual will apply themselves. So somebody starting out in technology is going to have limited knowledge. So it's about what they've done with the information that is available to them, listening to podcasts like this, downloading webinars, looking at LinkedIn tutorials, looking into the industry and doing their own research.
And where are you currently seeing the most roles coming in from? What kind of technology hires are they companies most looking for at the moment?
Probably in the cloud and DevOps space. So lots of companies still moving from on-premise to cloud infrastructure. A lot of that work comes through via various managed service providers and professional services consultancies that we work with, that are delivering that sort of service to their end customer that needs to migrate their technology stack and update and modernize that. Lots of new technologies coming through in the areas of software automation, around robotics and artificial intelligence. So lots of industries like legal and insurance and financial services that are still ripe for disruption because they have legacy systems and outdated processes in place that need to be modernized. So there's so much more that can be done going forward around digital transformation.
That's really interesting that you mentioned law and insurance, because I was going to ask, what kind of industries are now coming to you guys and going, look, we need these skill sets?
Well, we did a lot of work within the IT channel, which is where you find service providers and IT resellers and manufacturers and distributors that are providing their products and services to end users. So there's a lot of going on there because companies are modernizing and companies are updating and wanting to beat the competition. So there's a lot going through the IT channel, which is where we're very strong. But we're quite broad across different industries. So there is the likes of the sort of insurance market and legal firms that there's lots of technology transformation opportunities going on where they are perhaps a little behind other markets like retail and automotive that maybe have embraced technology change more quickly.
And then how many companies are you seeing offer flexible working?
It's definitely a hot topic. It's a regular discussion point with all of the opportunities that we have with each of our clients. I would say maybe 7 out of 10 opportunities we have at the moment would offer at least hybrid working, if not remote. But that's very technology specific, because obviously some technology roles can be performed in isolation. I appreciate other walks of life, other roles and disciplines do require more collaboration. We work very well as a business with a hybrid model, but predominantly working from the office. Most of our people enjoy working that way within teams, learning from each other, bouncing ideas off each other rather than arranging a video call or a conversation. And I think we all get a little bit of video fatigue from time to time. So I think balance is key, but certainly hybrid working is it appears to be the way forward for a lot of businesses, getting that right balance to support individuals in terms of well-being, reducing commuting time, reducing carbon footprint, improving people's well-being and productivity, because a lot of companies that would have been very nervous about remote working when it was forced upon them by the first lockdown have seen that teams and individuals actually can be productive, and in some cases more productive, by adapting their working pattern. But it needs to suit the business as well as the individuals. So it's a fine balance to strike.
I think this will be quite not a difficult question, but it's quite a general question. Now, when you're looking to get a candidate in, when you're looking for a senior role, what makes one person more qualified than the other for a senior role? Is it purely time, that how long they've worked in the industry, or is it specialization? Is there anything that, people applying for these roles and they might stop themselves applying for a senior role? Is there anything where you're like, well, actually, senior hires, we actually look for this, this, and this, or is that too much of a general question?
It's a really interesting question. But my focus individually is around senior appointments and leadership hires. So I do quite a lot at that sort of level around heads of program, IT directors, CIO, etc. So at that level, my selection process can be more in depth than some other roles that might be more obvious in terms of, has this person got the right set of skills and communication style to suit a particular vacancy and company. Whereas at a leadership level, it's very subjective in terms of somebody's communication style married with their professional experience, combined with their ambitions, their personality traits. Quite often I've used psychometric profiling at a leadership level to really assess somebody's motivational and behavioural pointers to identify whether that fits within a particular leadership team. And that comes down to understanding the client that you work with and understanding the type of individual that would best suit their business, and then trying to qualify that during the selection process when talking to individuals. So it's very important that you get the right combination of professional competency and behavioural abilities that's going to have the right sort of combination.
Interesting. And then going back to you personally, would you still go into this industry knowing everything you know now?
With the lack of talent I've managed to identify over the years to do anything else, I guess I probably would say yes, because it's treated me well. I've met lots of great people, worked with some good companies, and had some great success over time. It's a very rewarding career if you can be successful, contributing to companies' strategic outcomes, changing people's lives. Potentially it's a great place to be when things go well.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed the chat, and thank you for coming on.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. And where can people find you, your company, what you're up to?
So we're based in Milton Keynes. We work UK wide and into Europe and beyond. I run a company called Lucid Connect, which is part of Lucid Support Services, which just a couple of weeks ago we celebrated Lucid's 20th anniversary, a big black tie event, which was great to recognise our success and bring back some partners and suppliers and previous colleagues that have contributed to our journey over the years. So we're well established in what we do, and we're growing all the time, as you and I have mentioned in this dialogue. Technology is booming at the moment, and recruitment levels are off the chart. So it's a very exciting time to be here.
Well, thank you again, Paul. It's been great.
Pleasure. Thank you.